to Superman and Lois TV Talk. This is our episode 4, Season 1, Episode 9, Loyal Subjects. With a K, my name is Robin.
My name is Derek.
My name is Frank.
And our
name is We're Always Around.
Bye, everybody.
See ya. Subject.
Do we know yet? I mean,
so at the end of the episode.
Oh, okay. We're going there already. Mr. Russell has the gloves off.
Anyway, we are here to talk about Loyal Subjects, and we could pretty much walk you right through the episode, but we do have a little bit of pre-show chatter. Of course, we want to always plug our good friend at Krypton site. That's Craig Byrne. And I figured maybe we should, toss him a recommendation. I read his interviews with Eric Valdez, who plays Kyle. And I suggest people go to Krypton site and check that out.
Who does he play?
Kyle.
Are you sure?
Kyle L.
Oh.
Are they brothers? Anyway.
We'll get there.
All right. Well, I actually think at this point I'm going to toss it over to Frank.
Does he play? Guy? What? Yeah. We're done talking about Eric Valdez then.
Yeah. Sorry to leave you holding the wrench.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, didn't mean to. But
we call that Jimmy Olsen blues.
That is what that is. Hey, all joking aside for a second, though, we do joke a lot on this show, but just wanted to say we last week we dealt with some heavy subjects with Lois and everything.
That's with a C, not with a K.
Last week we dealt with some very heavy topics that we're not joking about, and we heard some feedback from listeners, and honestly, we were very grateful to hear from you. So if I realized that we talked through some of those subjects pretty quickly, and by no means did we mean to underplay the importance, the significance of Lois talking about her miscarriage and the way that the show dealt with that. We actually felt the show dealt with that beautifully, so I just want to say thank you to everyone who reached out and mentioned it, and that we're obviously we're works in progress, and we're doing the best we can, and we appreciate hearing everyone's perspective on folks who shared what they had to say about it, and just that we'll continue to try to deal with those topics sensitively moving forward.
Trauma is always a difficult thing to talk about. I applaud the show for showing Lois going through the steps of her trauma and the after effects of it, obviously, that she still deals with. But, I was shocked. Of course, I wasn't on the episode last week. I was shocked that the show proper, Superman Lois, did not have any sort of warning at the beginning or
trigger warning,
or ending. I was watching Handmaid's Tale is back on, and I watch it, and and obviously before those episodes and obviously far more visual of what goes on there with that series, but they're very careful to put those warnings and things. And I think about even Smallville episodes, there were a few that had PSAs at the end.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I didn't bring a jar or a penny.
Yeah.
But I was really. I applaud the show for what they did last week. I hold back some of that applause because I do think there was some teachable moments there that could have been done in having a bumper or a PSA or something for people to understand better. People who have not gone through that, people who have not experienced that, people who didn't know, quite frankly, how to talk about it. So, people who are watching with families or young kids, Wesley watches the show with me. And so it's I would have appreciated something from the creators of the cast there at the end of the episode. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. But all that to say, tremendous hour of television, tremendous performance by Bitsy. You know, it was a female director, female writer last week, and they really brought it. And I was blown away by it. And and I'm still thinking about the performance and that dialogue in the therapy session. It was very impactful.
Agreed.
Let me add to this that I will say I usually either laugh at my own jokes or just laugh awkwardly to fill silences. So don't always take my laughter as I'm laughing at something. Sure. I just wanted to say that.
I had to learn that years ago. I had a lot of hurt feelings.
I genuinely thought I was funny when I hung out with Robin, but turns out not.
Turns out he's laughing at you, not with you.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Gordon Shumway? What is that laugh?
Oh, Willie, you kill me.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Loyal Subjects, written by Andrew Long.
Yes.
Who's only written shorts before, you say, Robin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is his first episode of television. Obviously, he's in the writer's room, so he's contributing to other episodes, but this is the one that has his name on it. So maybe he was the one that kind of had the ball for this one. Yeah, and it's also directed by Eric Dean Seaton.
Harry Dean Stanton? No
Harry
way.
Dean
I know.
First thing I thought.
Trying very hard not to say it.
Any relation?
No, Seaton and Stanton are actually two different names.
Aye, that's the same name. My name was Eric Dean Seaton. I'd go around telling everybody my dad was Harry Dean Stanton.
Close enough. Yeah, we're from the Dean middle name family.
I come from a long line of middle names. Is that Dean Cain?
Seaton actually has a lot of experience in Disney sitcoms and primetime sitcoms, and actually just recently got into directing the CW verse with Batwoman and The Flash. So
all right.
We'll be seeing him around. So shall we get into this episode?
I mean, we got to get through all the first 41 minutes to talk about the last minute.
I know, it's so funny. I went back and rewatched this episode, obviously, to take notes. And what seemed to be like the last 10 minutes of the episode was just like the last 1 minute, but we'll get to that. All right. So yeah, we have this POV shot of somebody walking into Morgan Edge's office, and Morgan all sorts of smiling. And
we're walking into Morgan's office.
He's welcome.
He's offering us the chance of a lifetime to better ourselves.
Right. But back at the Smallville Gazette, Lois and Beppo are trying to put things together because, why is Edge in Smallville when he didn't stick around the other towns? Now, this was a question where I was just like, because there's Kryptonite here? But
sure.
Because it's Smallville. I mean, we know that as the viewer. We're gonna spend all our time in Granville.
That's what I was thinking. I thought he was going town to town and mining, not finding Kryptonite, and then finally finding some in Smallville.
We discussed that second, third episode, maybe that was what we anticipated happening.
I guess I just assumed too much.
Yeah.
Maybe he was finding it all sorts of places, but it wasn't exactly working out.
Well,
sure.
Obviously, in this episode, we learned a lot more about Kryptonite than any of us knew about as it affects the series.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was one of the more shocking moments to me because I don't really recall that. Well, we'll get there when we get there.
Well, I like this next scene, which is just basically like Lois being, Danny Ocean. She's calling the team in. We got to figure out this is the plan.
She only needs 3.
Yeah, I love how we get her talking about Clark being a great reporter, which is something we haven't heard about in a while.
Yes.
And then they have Lana, and then they go over the details, and then they start from the beginning and piece it all together. And if they did the job right, the answer will present itself. Well, we'll see. It's so funny because in this episode, when she's saying this, like for episodes before that, it was almost like she knew more than we did. And now she's like, actually, we don't know everything. We're going to go over it all. I been a little confused about that.
Well, she had to play her bluff. She had to act like she always knew more. I mean, that's
Right.
yeah. You act like you know what's going on.
That's kind of the Lois move.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah. How do you think you got into podcasting?
Yeah. So,
no awkward laugh there. Okay.
I don't
Fake
laugh
it
at
till you
myself.
make it, I guess.
That one hurt, Derek.
Ouch. So we actually get to see Morgan Edge's pitch, and it's to Emily Fan. And he really is like, I know all about your fears. And we kind of see Emily's life, and she's, it's just, she's got bills. She's got this kid that she, loves and wants to make sure she's set. And he's like, I'm going to make your fear go away. I can improve your life in every way imaginable. I can improve you.
Just getting this machine.
Yeah.
Is that the point where you'd be like, I'm good? Like, at what point does he say, look, we're going to set you in this MRI microwave?
Right.
Yeah. Well, she asks if it'll hurt, and Leslie is like, "Oh, not a bit."
No, you'll be fine.
I mean, look at that thing. Does it look like it's not going to hurt?
Nothing about that. You look like you need a tetanus shot just to look at that thing.
You don't get in an air fryer and ask if it's going to hurt. Like, it's going to hurt. It's an air fryer.
This takes a lot of, like, I'm just going to swallow like my disbelief, because just to think about the people that are like,
I know.
Go ahead.
It looks like
honestly, I feel like
it looks like an air fryer.
Yeah, that was kind of the bit.
Fish took 5 minutes, Kryptonian 7 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Popeil here with
take out and shake halfway through.
Set it and forget it. I kind of feel like she was lying. Like, she knew Leslie was lying to her, but she just wanted someone to tell her it wasn't going to hurt, and that's all she needed to hear. To convince herself that, like, I know you're lying to me, but it's fine. I just needed someone to tell me the comforting thing.
Put him under like general anesthesia just to like for that brief moment of hell on earth. I don't know. Like,
actually, it's Captain Anesthesia. It hasn't become general yet.
That was Captain Jack.
This
Luther.
Oh man, I'm not gonna make a joke. I'm just gonna I'll hold that one back. Remind me. I'll tell you after the show. I'm not gonna say that one on the podcast. I apologize, listeners. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like all these people are just going with it, and I mean, she's got a kid. She's got. I mean.
The pitch sounds great, but when you walk me in that cellar, wherever they moved that thing to,
yeah.
I mean, I'm still a little hung up on the fact that Clark never found the machine when he left, and
right.
Obviously went back and it was gone. I assume
they move quick.
They moved that thing quick, but who built that? Where did the instructions for that thing come from? And
right.
It looks a lot like the thing. It looks a lot like the thing in Krypton that made that poor guy turn into Doomsday. Is all I'm saying. Like, it just,
It kind of had that yellow tint to it a little bit too, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a pizza oven on the inside. Like,
is it an air fryer or pizza oven? Stick with it.
It's a hybrid.
I think we should call it the air fryer. I think that should be the official dub.
All right, they put them in their murder shorts and stick them in the air fryer.
Or the air flyer. Oh,
because they fly after.
Yeah. Thanks, Robin.
So yeah, we have Edge's pitch going on, and he talks about he's going to activate a new life, and you're going to feel like a new person, and you just have to, acknowledge that the life you have now is not the one you want anymore. And again, it's just like Emily, she's a mom. She's probably, hopefully, a loving wife. Yeah. The bills are bad, but like, I want to totally get rid of my life. Like, that's it. I don't know.
Well, when you hear new life, you don't think I'm going to have an alien inside me. I mean, obviously, you think new opportunities, new ways to better yourself, 12 steps, that kind of thing. Not
right. And honestly, and I think Beppo makes this joke later, or maybe it was Lois, but like Edge really does talk like a cult leader. Like he really does sound like a cult leader. And I mean that with not a trace of irony or joking. Like he really does sound like a person who is trying to, indoctrinate people.
Maybe we should call it Naxium.
See, I wasn't going to go for that joke, and yet you did it. You did it, and it's not my fault. But yes, this is very familiar.
I mean, that's internal branding. I mean, that's from the inside.
Do you think Allison was like, not a bit? It'll be fine. Okay, there it is. It's out there. Sorry.
How do you unding a bell, Frank?
Oh, God.
Nope, he's leaving. He's out. Come back. Frank, we need you. It's Ocean's 3.
I was
Beppo.
I was not going to say anything. And then Derek opened the door and said, come on through, sir.
We'll give you a new life. Just lay down on this this rusty MRI table, and I don't know. It's one of the. I mean, I know you talk about suspending disbelief, but it's been one of the things the whole time. I'm kind of like, at one point, you're just like, hell no, not for me. Like,
yeah. What did he say? What did he say that this is going to do for her? Like, get on the gurney, and it's going to go in, and she's just like, so what's happening? Like I have steel fillings. Like,
I mean, if you heard that pitch, you would think what, seminars?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, some kind of pamphlet or literature, not whatever not the air flyer.
I have to get in the air fryer?
I'm not getting in that thing.
I'm sorry. I would have loved it if they got her to like kind of like sign up some sort of like I give away, I sign away, yada yada yada, any sort of responsibility, and then maybe knock her out and burn this machine. I just don't see her going in this willingly.
I mean, she probably did sign something, but who reads the EULA? Like who reads it? Nobody reads it.
It was 12 pages. I'm not reading all that.
Front and back.
I'm with Robin. Sell them on the pitch, get them to consent to it, and then knock them the hell out, and then
suddenly there's a bag over their head.
Yeah. Welcome, new recruits. It's like hazing them. I can't imagine anybody, job or not, that walks in. It's like, just step inside this thing, and you'll be okay.
You'll be crispy, and your life will be great.
Did you guys
For
see
a softer crust? Leave them at 14 minutes.
Did you guys watch Loki this week?
I have not watched it yet.
Okay. I won't say anything about it. But that actually reminds me of something in Loki that was really funny. Anyway,
okay.
Sorry. But yeah, we get what I called new Emily, or who takes control just for a moment and says in Kryptonian, "You've done well." So. And then Edge says it'll be a few days before she's in control. So that kind of answers a little bit of a question that maybe those who are possessed, lose. They're not controlled. They're not possessed 24/7. It takes a few days for.
Yeah, it's a question we've had with some of the others, obviously with Derek Powell, and then we were wondering with Leslie, is there still any remnant of who she actually is in there, or is she full on Kryptonian? So it takes a few days for the air fryer to
pop
cook for the Jiffy Pop to come to fruition.
All right, so anyway, fast forward, we got Clark making lunches. We got Jordan talking about how he's helping Sarah, and I like how Lois is like, now leave it up to Sarah to tell you if her feelings change or not, rather than But so yeah, we have another thing where Lois is trying to get Clark to talk to the town, and I think that's something that's going to be happening like next week, because nothing really comes of that this episode.
Yeah, it felt like that felt like a piece of dialogue of Lois being like, "Now you're Martha Kent's son. You hold a lot of sway in this town." It felt like a piece of his dialogue had been cut out, and they just left Lois giving him the pep talk.
Yeah, and isn't that kind of reminiscent of another thing that she said back like around episode 3 or 4? After the town hall meeting, where she was like, "They won't listen to me; they'll listen to you." That's right. Here. Like it feels like a holdover from that a little bit too.
I mean, she's absolutely right.
She's
absolutely right.
But I can also understand Clark being like, I don't want to no pun intended, alienate, us from this town, because he is exactly right. It's hard to argue against somebody who's offering jobs and money and, all these big promises to a town that has been so, desolate for so long now.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That's what he's up against. But to her point, if anyone can break through to these people, it's Martha Kent's son. Son of a bench.
How about those bags of lunch? That looked like some.
That was adorable. That was adorable. I loved that.
Big bags.
That was so sweet.
You went to the Jitney Jungle and checked out with those, and then just gave them lunch and those things.
Okay, so we go to the Smallville Gazette. Lana's just doing a check-in and says, "Yeah, these people who are the subjects with the K they just act like they're happy to be there. They're really excited to their job.
Good to see you."
Yeah, exactly.
Rickman got to all of them.
Rickman got to every last one of them.
And yeah, here's where Lois tries to tell Lana to stop, but of course Lana's in it. So, but yeah, at Smallville High, we see that Kyle is sure acting super happy, and I thought it was almost like at this point he was like overcompensating, like, "Hey, I'm just trying to be the happy, chipper dad so my daughter doesn't hate me."
That's the booze.
Yeah, like it. And yeah, little booze and driving his kid to school, but apparently not.
I want to interject here, and I know I've mentioned say what you will about Kyle. I've really enjoyed Eric's performance over the last few episodes, but I was also so worried about this character from the original sides because they talked about him being kind of abusive and kind of, all that kind of stuff, and I was really worried about how they were going to play that on television in this day and age, and I'm glad they didn't go that way with it. Obviously, they still kind of made him have a drinking problem, but he's more of a disappointment than an asshole, quite frankly.
Yeah. No, I totally like. There's undertones of that, but there's no explicit like indication of that.
He's still. I mean, he does the wrong things for the right reason.
Yes,
but he still has his town and his family at heart.
Yeah,
even if he's misguided.
That's right. Yeah. And this moment where he's
still a jerk. Don't get me wrong.
He's still a jerk. He's still a jerk, and he's still not a likable character.
Yeah.
But he's not black or white. He's a little more nuanced.
But the juxtaposition of that in this episode, wanting to like him so much when he swoops in and saves the day,
right?
And then ultimately
But this right here, this moment of him dropping her off and acting extra chipper and being nice is the first indication that something is different about him.
You think so? Because I was thinking, again, he was overcompensating. Like, thank you, Jordan, for being there for my girl. And,
that's what it came off as to us not knowing. But now when you look back, you're like, oh, that was the first signal they were giving us that something's different about him.
I mean, Sarah literally says he's having a personality crisis. So
right. And you just buy it because you're like, yeah, he's overcompensating. He knows he did wrong and he's trying to make it up to her.
Right.
But then now looking back, I'm like, oh, it was actually a little clever signal from the writers to us. Something's off about him.
Also, we have Jonathan attracted to Tegan and Sarah again saying, stay away. So
yeah, well, what's up with Sarah and Tegan? Tegan and Sarah.
Maybe,
Good job, Frank.
Okay.
I didn't even catch that, so good job.
Did they mean that? I wonder. So Clark got a tip that they're having camaraderie breakfasts at Victoria Mays, and so he kind of drops by right at the tail end and gets to talk to Emily. And of course, she's like, "Oh, you should join."
Oh, you up for a job? You want to do it?
Yeah. Listen, you will really love CrossFit. I'm telling you, it is for you.
I am all about Soul Cycle, and you should be too. I'm a little surprised it never went that way. That they wanted Clark for this. That almost seems like a maybe that's too low hanging a fruit, but I'm a little surprised they never went that direction.
I'm just surprised Edge hasn't gone the MLM direction yet. You know, I mean, like really the unlock the power of you. No, nobody. All right, cool.
MLM. I have to look that one up. So this is when Clark hears
Frank's got some literature. He's looking around for it. Right?
Clark hears some shouting in Spanish, and we get to see a great shot of Superman flying around the globe. But really, he's just kind of flying to Mexico, which
it was cool.
It was cool, though.
Yeah, nice shot.
I did note that he did not wave to us when he flew by. But yeah, he goes to Mexico. He's stopping a bank robbery and really does an awesome job until suddenly he's getting a breathing problem and his heart is racing. This,
I mean, would we call it a problem? It's more. It's a new power he's been given. Super asthma.
Yeah, this is
speaking of trauma, this is difficult for me to talk about.
I know exactly. I was like, is this triggering? Yeah. I want to say it's so funny. It's so interesting. I say it's so funny because I always say it's so funny when things are interesting or intriguing, but obviously they're writing this during pandemic time and, we're still kind of in it. So maybe I'm thinking that kind of affected things like, oh, what if Superman was hobbled by this,
I've got to I mean, yes, I think the thought crossed everyone's mind. I've got to think it was influenced by that.
Right.
I mean, I know when I took my shirt off after I got diagnosed, that's exactly how I looked.
Ooh.
Just absolutely ripped, but, full of bruises.
I remember that. I was a little uncomfortable that you sent it to me, but I remember that.
Yeah. I was like, are you going to do the whole Zoom party without a shirt on? Or could you please put on a shirt?
I thought it was the best way to give my bequeathments on my way out.
Yeah. You were Mark Wahlberg, and we were all Steve Carell. So
we are all Steve Carell.
You want to put a shirt on? Huh?
They did repeat a little beat that I thought was really successful and really awesome in the fight with Crypto Colossus, where Superman gets knocked down and then the person turns and then from behind him suddenly he rises. But I thought this shot was really cool, even though, I mean, because it had the sunlight beaming through the window behind him and the heroic music going. And so
I almost expected him to get knocked back into a ray coming in through the stained glass, look like a cat laying in the sun for a nap.
Yeah.
And, hitting him directly and then, coming back, but they still managed to keep him down. I mean, he's hurting. I mean, and obviously, I mean, did you guys think when you saw that, was your immediate assumption, oh, it's from inhaling that synthetic kryptonite from last week? I mean, was that where your mind went?
For me, yeah. I mean,
it was mine too.
They put it in the previously on Superman and Lois right at the top, right? So it was
that
top
is
of
true.
mind.
I expected something at the top of the episode, like him maybe like out of breath doing something, or just some sort of purview into that instead of just parking it on us right there at the bank, or maybe even when he was flying, just like slowing down a little bit and then picking back speed up again, or I don't know. But they did just sort of drop it on us. But yeah, I mean, obviously, that being a crypto weapon and not having any idea how it was going to affect him because it's never been tested, there's going to be side effects, and obviously even more side effects than that. The word is
Sorry?
Communicable. Communicable.
Communicable. Oh, we're not there yet though.
No, it's catching.
I'm practicing. It's.
I mean, to answer your question though, I was kind of open to, because it really felt like, at the end of the last episode, he's sitting on a gurney talking to Sam, and he's getting himself together, and the effects of it were wearing off. And I didn't realize that. I mean, I saw it as a possibility, but I was also thinking, maybe there's something in like the X kryptonite that's affecting Superman, or something like that, or he's away from the X kryptonite, and all of a sudden he's losing. I don't know. So, so yeah, Beppo says that Edge put a massive ad buy into the Smallville Gazette. And I just thought it was funny. It was like, Beppa's like thinking like, yeah, this could affect Smallville terribly, but boy, this ad revenue, I mean, I gotta capitalize here. But
we got our print budget for the next month. We're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, that's a half page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like about a quarter, but yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the wall between editorial and advertising is not very strong in this publication.
Yep.
That's true.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, true for most publications.
All right. You would know.
Have you heard what happened with Sweet Tooth and Gannett this week?
No.
So Sweet Tooth, the DC show on Netflix, had a wraparound on USA Today, which a wraparound's an ad or a flyer or something that goes around the paper, but it made it look like it was the front page of USA Today, and it was an article about the hybrid babies being born in very small print advertisement. But it looked like the front page of the USA Today, and they were getting dragged for it, absolutely dragged for it. Last time I remember they doing it was for Back to the Future Day in October.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I had no issues with that.
Or did you have all the issues? You bought them all?
It's somewhere around here.
So yeah, Lois says she's going off to make a scene and storms in, and we see the lobbies full of people writing applications.
Oh no, she doesn't just. She's. Oh, I'm gonna make a scene.
She's so performative about it.
I feel like Chrissy's only role at this point is to constantly just ask Lois, "Where are you going now?"
So she steps in on this meeting with the recruits, and it's so funny because there's like several average looking people sitting around the table, and there's this one bald, super buff looking dude sitting there like, and there's the stuntman. So I literally called him the stuntman the rest of my notes, but apparently this character is named Jasper Towns.
We'll be seeing him again if you're paying attention, boys and girls at home.
Yeah. And I do want to note that he's played by Sean Stewart. He is a stuntman. He's also played lots of guard number 1 and goon number 2 roles, including a security guard in the Smallville episode Labyrinth.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Running out of money.
To be an actor in Vancouver. To be in every show that's shot in Vancouver.
Right? Oh, I just want to move there.
I just want to go there for that. You want to make it big? No, not necessarily, but I want to be in all of them.
So this is where Lois and Edge have a bit of a showdown, and Edge is pretty much just like, yeah, I am doing what you think I'm doing, and you're not going to stop me. Feel free to call your super friend.
I couldn't help but think that this whole thing could have turned out differently if Lois had walked in that office with her phone recording the conversation. Because he admits it.
Right.
He basically admits it. So if just the voice memo app would have, or from a different point of view, she could have sent herself a voicemail.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she would have gotten killed at the end of season 3, when she and her dad walked into a house and it would have blown up. But that's fine.
Oh boy, you got that change jar there?
Sorry, I think that took a few pennies.
All right.
Just big enough.
I got just my life savings.
What's that? Bitsy's not in the opening credits for 402. Well,
Superman and Beppo coming to CW.
Superman and Beppo.
you just call it Jordan and Jonathan. Don't put anybody with Superman except Lois Lane.
And yeah, he's even talking about
Superman
how
and Clark this fall on the CW.
Wait, they're the same person? He's also talking about like how this is going to happen just like John Henry Irons prophesized.
Oh.
So like he knows a lot about what's going on.
Where'd you get your information from?
Right.
It is funny to me that like they're sitting in the diner talking about all this stuff very openly previously in the episode with the flyers out and everything. But then I remember 2 weeks ago that Leslie is listening to everything that's happening between Superman and Irons, in that showdown. So I don't know.
But yeah, Lois says Superman's nothing like that, and Morgan Edge creepily chuckles and says, "I'm excited to find out."
He does say, "Yeah, the whole part about maybe he'll find comfort in more here like him." Okay.
Anyway, hey, more importantly, Jonathan strikes out, asking Tegan out.
This dumb deal. There was like this whole buildup of don't talk to her, don't talk, like for like a couple episodes that it was like, oh, okay, and then it never gets referenced again. Like it was like, oh, she was just.
I just feel like there was supposed to be a payoff or something.
Yeah, like I kept waiting for something, and it was like, oh, she was just being nice. Like I don't
know. Is this
like,
the middle chapter or the end chapter?
There were episodes worth. I'm sure. Yes, there are probably more to it, but it seems like there were episodes worth of referencing, this, and then not, and then just because what was the episode? Was it? It was Man of Steel, wasn't it? When Jordan was at home and Sarah was talking to Jonathan in the hallway, and Jordan overhearing it, but they were talking about originally at one point talking about Tegan, and I was like, I felt like we built that up and then just kind of blew it right here.
Yeah.
I think we're just really getting tired of poor Jonathan getting the wind taken out of his sails again and again and
again. I love Jonathan. So I will adopt him. That boy, he has just been through it, man. I mean, over and over again. That scene on the couch at the end of last week is as important and as emotionally draining as that scene was in the therapy, or those booking scenes in the therapist office were. But my God, that scene with Lois and Jonathan on the couch when she embraces him and he's like, "It's okay," she was facing her trauma and talking to him and explaining why she reacted the way she did, and I just and him being so understanding, and just, that poor kid. My heart goes out to him every week through everything he has gone through, and obviously he's hit some boilerplates. He's hit some moments where he's just absolutely lost it. And I know at some point we'll get the inevitable. If he doesn't get his own abilities, we'll get the episode where he gets Jordan's abilities. Or
he finds a pack of gum that was left in the mines too long, something like that.
That's like a half penny. Is that like a buffalo nickel? I don't even know what
I love the coach is randomly hanging out.
That's a loony or a toonie. That's a Canadian coin.
The coach is randomly hanging out in the hallway to give him girl advice.
just
like what is going on?
Just waiting to like deploy a perfect burn.
Why are you watching this?
And I mean, sorry, should the one of the teachers, the staff at the school, be like, "Yeah, you got to work on closing that deal"?
Yeah.
No.
What was that? And then on top of it, he calls him like QB2, like he has to insult him too, on top of being inappropriate.
That's a double insult or a triple? I don't know.
It's like, well, you quit the team insults. And quit the team. I'm going to get him. I'm just going to follow him around the school.
Maybe you need to better. Okay. Maybe you need to better yourself in the air fryer a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming. I can't wait.
Oh, when the coach goes in?
Yeah. So back at home, we already kind of discussed it. Clark gets all the guns out, and not the ones that Jonathan has hiding in the barn, but his own. He's polka dotted with bruises, which alarms Lois because
I love Tyler's Clark. I love Tyler's Clark more than I love Tyler's Superman. But not that I have anything against Tyler's Superman, but I just love how wholesome he is. But Lois walked, "Oh my God, what happened?" He's like, "Yeah, what did happen to me? What is going on?" It's like when Mulaney's wife was talking about Delta Airlines.
They shouldn't treat you like that. Yeah, they shouldn't. Mayor.
Something fishy is up.
Do you want a Best Buy rewards card?
he was shocked, but Ice himself, and she walked in and pointed out the obvious, and he was like, "You're right, something is afoot."
It's so funny. Once that scene started, I was like, "Is that CGI? He's got to be CGI at this point." No. Like, no, I think that's all him. That's all natural.
He's just here to make us all look bad.
So back at the high school, Jordan ruins a sweet moment by sneezing an ice ball into his hand. And he's like, "I got allergies."
So have we gotten 4 abilities in 9 episodes? Is that what
right?
Strength, heat vision, hearing, and now
this.
Yeah.
This is a different depiction of the ice breath, super breath, whatever you want to call it, we've ever seen. Like, I've never, the sneeze was like a cute little, a really cool little change.
When he started looking like he was going to sneeze, I really did expect to be like this big, obviously more change, the gigantic explosion of a sneeze rather than
take down a barn, maybe.
I did like that it was a sneeze that started it. Obviously, that whether that's an homage or not, that's a fun way to do it. I thought it would have been funny if he had sneezed at first, and that's what closed Jonathan's locker.
That's good.
They didn't ask
me. Jordan radios Clark in, and they go back home, and Clark's like, the bioweapon caused him to get sick, and it's communicable.
I would have loved, never would have happened. I would have loved if Clark had walked in the hallway still shirt off with that ice bag, and Jordan's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Yeah, what did happen?"
What I would have loved, I would have loved it if he was already icing it with peas as a tie to later with
Sam's holding it against his face.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding though. I would have liked it if he was.
Yeah,
if he was
not those peas. No.
Well, no. But if Lois came in and was like, "Oh yeah, use the peas because like that'll that's better than ice," like I would have liked that.
Go ahead and have him thawed for dinner quicker.
That too. Just microwave it with his eyes, or put it in the air fryer.
Put it in the air fryer. Flying peas.
So yeah, Jordan's like, "How long were you sick for, Dad?" And Lois says, "Your dad has never been sick a day in his life,
never."
So there's nothing to judge this time because it seems that Clark's better. He had his, Mexican standoff.
Super asthma.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's better, I guess. I don't know.
Kryptonian COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
COVID with a K.
Mm-hmm. Sam comes in. Sam looks genuinely like, I did not mean for this to happen. But Lois is understandably upset with him. There's more stuff with Sarah, Jonathan, yada, yada, yada. Lana is talking to Emily, and Emily is talking about a process, but realizes Lana hasn't gotten the process yet, so maybe she shouldn't talk to her about it. And it sure looks like that opening tease is happening to Lana, and we're like, oh no. And he does say, "I have an offer for you," and it kind of cuts away.
I thought it was Emily, and then I thought it was Lana.
Mm-hmm.
I fell for it.
Still wrong, weren't you?
I was.
Both
I fell for it.
Totally didn't even think about
it.
No.
I texted both of you a few days ago saying I think it would be more interesting to me if Kyle was X before this episode ever aired. And so they've been building toward this with Kyle, especially after the quote-unquote betrayal of Lana saying that Edge didn't want you.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie saying, we're sad that you turned us down.
Yeah.
So we knew this was coming. I mean, the writing on the wall was there for that, of course. But
I just thought it would take longer.
Yeah, that seemed more like into the season kind of thing.
Yep.
But obviously,
He has so much of this stuff. It seems like an edge of this end of the
well,
season.
that's the thing. And then in some ways, it feels like, and a lot of that's due to that positive COVID case and having to shut down and being on hiatus for 9 weeks.
Well, yeah, but
It's felt dragged out to a degree.
that's true. But also there are certain there's a lot of things in the show that would be a finale level reveal 10 years ago. That Captain Luther being John Henry Irons, things like that could have been a season finale twist.
Oh, that ending, doing that ending, 9 episodes in was
this episode's ending. Yes, absolutely could be a season finale. Kyle's reveal could be a mid-season finale thing. 10 years ago,
three major
couple
twists,
years ago,
3 major twists in 3 episodes.
Yeah,
Twist we anticipated, or at least 2 of the twists we anticipated.
But all of it sooner than you might expect.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. So back in the Kent home, Jordan's getting worse, and he ends up sneeze freezing. He sneeze freezes his lamp, says don't turn that on, and then collapses. And Sam is very surprised to see suddenly Clark shooting into the sky with Jordan.
I'll call you back.
And this is when Lois comes out and gives him
gives him his marching orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean this nothing against Dylan. I mean just nothing against the portrayal or anything. Sam has been one of the weaker links of the series to me, and not in the performance or anything like that, but obviously it's just how do you continually bring in that character week to week when they have lowered the stakes as much as they have in Smallville. But Sam's got to die, right? That's coming.
No.
I have to agree with you.
I have to think he has to sacrifice himself at some point.
Yeah.
Nope.
For either the boys or for Clark, but the family boys. What a boy! I have to think that shining moment has got to be coming. For him
That's the only way I see this character sort of redeeming himself. Right? He is doing so many unlikable things, and for Sam Lane is always a morally gray character. But
I'll say that I at least like this Sam Lane more than I've liked most Sam Lanes. He's softer than a Michael Ironside or that kind of thing, but of what you would expect, rigid and especially different than the original portrayal of him in season 1 of Supergirl, who never showed up, and then obviously has not been recast.
No.
Where's Lucy? But
I thought the same thing. At one point in this episode, Sam calls Lois his little girl. Yeah. And I was like, you have 2.
You got 2 of those, right? Anybody seen that Omega Hedron?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
Listen, you gotta play them. If you're a dad, you gotta play them against each other.
Oh my God.
You just
whoa.
No, you're my little girl. Well, Dad said
Robin's-
I'm his little girl.
Robin's parenting podcast is really dark. You're not going to like it.
Anyway, Lucy Lane is on the Rookie now, so we won't see her for a while unless they recast her as well, which I can see.
Superman, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Got Brandon Routh.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Very, very unlikable Brandon Routh.
Yeah. It's not like Chuck season 3 unlikable, like really dark.
Yeah. But Lois tells him once this is over, I want you to leave and never come back. You're not welcome. I was like, wow. But I mean, her kid's life is now in danger. It's not just Clark.
I do love that, and this is another thing I love about this Sam Lane. He leaves the house, but he's still sitting in his car the rest of the episode, keeping watch outside. He loves his family, and he loves his grandchildren, and he loves Clark. I truly believe he loves Clark. I just, he's got his own way of showing it.
I believe that too. It is a little more disappointing because you said it before, Derek, that we're seeing a softer side of Sam Lane with this portrayal than we have seen before. And it kind of makes it more disappointing when he chooses the wrong thing.
Yes, because you're like, oh my God, don't do stupid stuff.
You know he knows better.
Yes.
You know that he knows better. And so it's all the more disappointing.
Sorry. He's genuinely sorry for what has transpired. But he also, at the same time, he does know, he tells Jonathan, on the porch later, he's like, you haven't seen the things I've seen, the things I've before, and the things I have to prepare for. But one thing I hate, and I guess I don't know if it's because of the plot line we are invested in right now or not, but at some point, can you not say, we know there are other Kryptonians have been on Earth. We know that General Zod has been on this Earth. We know that Supergirl has been on this Earth. We know about the Daxamite. Like, can you not say at some point, it's not for Superman, it's for any other threat that might come from the stars?
That thought crossed my mind too, and I thought that was strange. To your
grandchildren to at least assuage them a little bit, to make them feel a little better about you having weapons that could kill their dad. Just say at some point, it's not for him, it's for all the other ones.
I know, and this is where I don't know. I can't. I mean, was it his fault that one of his people was possessed and then broke into their weapons closet and nobody was supposed to be taking stuff out of, and then got into a fight with Superman and infected it? It really.
I think it was more about, they were less mad about Rossetti and more upset about him having developed that weapon and kept it a secret from them.
But it's like, this Superman, yes, we know he's the awesome, friendly, would never hurt anybody, yada, yada. But also it's like, do you just go, okay, well, we'll trust everything to him. Like, that's it.
I know, but try telling that to his wife and kids.
Yeah.
He is I give him credit because he is in a difficult spot. His role in the American government and in the army is to be that, but is also, I mean, here's where the gray area happens. I mean, at some level, he has to be biased in a place where he needs to be unbiased. He shouldn't have that bias because Superman, quite frankly, shouldn't be in that position if Superman is his son-in-law. But is he in that position? Not because Superman is his son-in-law, but because he needs to be in that position because Superman is his son-in-law. In another world, not parallel Earths or anything like that, you would have to question whether or not you would feel right about being in that role and having a Kryptonian in your family.
Conflict of interest,
but also at the same time, I need to be here because of that. I need to be on the ground floor of these threats. And obviously that's not why he's in that position or in that role. That's not why he got that rank in the military, but it's not a bad place to be at the same time.
It's why he's not leaving it. Like, he knows he has a conflict of interest, but he has to let that conflict of interest exist in order not to reveal the secret, Clark's secret. And he also knows that, like, if anyone is equipped to stop any, potential back burner remote possibilities, I'm the one positioned to do that.
And he obviously has no problem telling Superman no, or getting in his face a little bit. So I really have enjoyed the performance. I've just and I go back to where I said he's been the weakest link, is because I don't see how you continually weave him into the thread of what they've developed here without there being some sacrifice on some level.
I think there's a bench with Sam's name on it,
We've lost all the other elders, in there. I really think, like, if anything.
Well, when Krypton blew up, they went.
But, in the Kent Lane family,
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, I love that he's on the show. I don't want to see him gone.
Yeah.
But the way they've utilized him, I can only see an outcome in which he goes out in a blaze of glory.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer it that
I
would prefer it that, I mean, yes, that would be amazing. But also I like the idea these boys have a grandpa, and I also would think maybe it'd be interesting to see maybe the government is like, yeah, you know what? You are too close to Superman. like, so we're going to put
Yeah.
somebody else in charge of this.
Yeah.
And you've been demoted or reassigned or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you want to read into this, but when we saw Captain Luther / John's flashback to his Earth, Sam Lane did go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Fighting the bad guy.
Quite literal blaze.
Yes. So I don't know if that's meant to be foreshadowing or indicative of how anything might play out in this Earth.
Yeah.
If that was intentional, but we have seen that. So
That was a blaze of optic discharge, if I remember correctly. So anyway, meanwhile, at the Fortress of Solitude, we have
Meanwhile, at the Fortress of Solitude.
we have the voice of Jor-El talking about how, Jordan's lungs are filling with liquid. And because his insides are being cooled with his newfound ability, pretty much his lungs are going to look pretty solid unless they get the kryptonite out of him. So Clark has to hold his son as the fortress lights him up with lasers.
it's a cave rave. I did feel like the fact
You thinking Clark should maybe hold his son and light him up with his own heat vision?
Well, no. I'm like, why was it like lasers of beams of intense heat at like points of his body, like his head and stuff? Why wasn't it like just like ambient heat? Why was it these lasers that are focused on your face? And
So here's what I thought was going to happen.
Here's a guy.
And I don't know if I have to put $1 in the full dollar in the jar for this. I expected like a ice cave to come up that he was going to
Sean Kelvin. What?
I was expecting full on Superman 2. Like I thought he was going to have to go inside and like.
Oh no!
He was.
That's
fine.
That's not a jar. That's a shoebox.
He
There's
was
a whole
fine
shoebox.
there while we were all out here. We were getting it. I was fully expecting an homage to Superman 2.
Wow. My mind didn't go there, but I respect that.
And not the light show that we got.
Yeah.
It felt so bad for him.
He's screaming. Like the poor kid was screaming.
He's in agony.
So
It was like Leslie at the beginning of the episode. It's not going to hurt a bit. You'll be fine, son. You'll be fine.
I know exactly. That's the other thing I was thinking of, the parallel between Emily Fan and Jordan Kent. Meanwhile, at the Kent home, Lois is upset, and we saw this in the trailer. The Lois kind of yelling at Jonathan, like, "Why is it so hard to keep you safe?" And we were thinking, "Oh gosh, Jonathan got into trouble again."
Right.
But
that's what it sounded like from the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a weird scene because I almost think that they kind of wrote it to the trailer to kind of put us off, because it's like Jonathan wasn't doing anything. Like she's like, "Oh, like you, as in both of you. That's what I mean by you." But
yeah, to me, it read more like, she was just last week. She was, which who know however many couple of days ago that was.
Yeah.
She was talking to Jonathan about this, and now her other son is in mortal danger. Like, it's just, Why is it hard to keep my children? Why can't my children just be safe? After knowing now that the trauma she's been through, it makes sense that it would carry through to like any time her children are in jeopardy.
Yeah,
she would feel this way, and especially because our children are like in constant mortal danger since they found out their father is Superman. It seems. It stands to reason that that would carry through, and she would like feel this way every time.
Well, it'd be a boring show if they just moved to Smallville and nothing happened.
Just cuts to like Lois and Jonathan like on the couch with like a bag of popcorn. What do you want to watch? Or like Netflix is like, "Are you still watching The Crown?" And they're like, "Yeah, we are."
Yeah. But yeah, this is another nice little touching scene between the two of them, saying he's like, it's all a part of being a super family, and gives her, and then says Dad's going to figure it out. He always does, which I kind of loved.
I love it.
Yeah.
Jonathan. God, I love Jonathan.
Yeah. So we go to the talent show, and Emily has saved a couple seats for Lana and Kyle, and it's like, oh, again, it's like, oh, maybe this is the not totally possessed Emily. She's here seeing.
Still takes a few days.
Yeah. And then Lana, of course, kind of throws us off a little bit. I don't know if it threw you guys off. Just like, oh, Morgan Edge explained everything to me.
I didn't know what to think when they left us in his office when we cut off from there. It was like, I expected a lot more threatening of, you need to quit snooping around or anything. It was like, you just let her go? Nothing happened?
I thought when I heard that exchange with Emily, when Lana said like, oh, he told me everything, I took it as like, oh, she's playing the long game. And she's like, yep, I'm in now.
She's pulling a Lois. She's pulling Lois.
Yes.
And acting like she knows everything. So now you'll tell me what I need to know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it, but why don't you just tell me to make sure you understand
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Explain it for these guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sarah is introduced. Of course, there's no Jordan. Nobody bothered to text Sarah. Hey, so Jordan's not going to make it. Thanks for the backup, Jonathan. Yeah, I'll go find him.
Also, I like how Sarah said in practically the same breath, oh, he left an hour ago, and then she says he ghosted me. I'm like, it was an hour ago. That's not ghosted. Come on. It's an hour.
That's a vapor. Yeah. That should be the slogan of the talent show. It's an hour. I don't know about you, and of course I wasn't on last week, but I would have enjoyed that moment a whole lot more if she got up there waiting for Kyle. Kyle didn't show, and then all of a sudden the piano just starts playing, and it was Jordan at the piano.
Oh,
instead of having that beforehand conversation of I can do it, if he, knowing that he was terrified of doing that with the anxiety and her waiting up there in anguish, and then just all of a sudden Jordan sitting at the piano, that's what I fully expected to happen. Mm-hmm. And then that ultimately wasn't it, but.
No, he's screaming in the North Pole right now.
Fine.
He's singing his own song.
He's trying to be his best self.
And it's almost as if like Kyle has super speed, because he was sitting in the audience and now he's suddenly off stage with his guitar, fully tuned, ready to go.
That's fine.
Some random kid's guitar, I assume.
Yeah.
Thanks, Johnny. Takes the guitar.
I don't know why this guitar says this machine kills boomers, but whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Wow!
Geez.
Wow!
Angry kids.
Kyle.
This machine kills fascists. That
okay.
All right. I was trying to make it so the kids would
maybe it was Tag's guitar.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Trying to make. I was like tags, guitars, music, tag. Note tags? No, that isn't too obscure. Anyway, so Sarah happily performs her song. We've heard it already, but it's still sweet. A nice little sweet moment with Kyle. She runs off stage and hugs him. So I was like, oh, okay, they're giving Kyle a win. That's cool.
Did anybody expect a different song? Was it just me? It was like, oh, we're doing it again.
We're doing it. Yeah.
Also, the fact that that last week. We sat through it. Not that it's bad. She's a fantastic singer, and I love the performance.
Right.
2 weeks back to back, I was surprised. I don't think there was an extended cut this week. But last week was.
I think there was. Yeah.
Oh, there was there.
Yeah,
there was one. Yeah, I've only seen the extended cut, so I don't know what
was missing.
Right.
But last week's extended cut was the scene between Sam and Superman talking about Natalie, and I was like, really? We left that out? Like, that was an important scene.
That's important. Wow.
I was a little shocked by that.
Same.
Yeah.
It probably would have been cool if, what if Sarah started singing and, like, Emmett Otter comes out? Jug band. Oh, my God, they're putting the songs together. Perfect.
I was more thinking if Sarah was singing and Tegan came out.
Oh. The boy is mine. I don't know. That next we have that porch scene where Jonathan's talking to Grandpa, asking why he'd build weapons to hurt his dad, and Sam again is like, I can't. I'm going hoarse explaining this over and over again, but I gotta. This is my job.
Gather everybody together so I can announce this one time.
I'm not gonna say it once.
You want me on that wall? You need me on the wall? Yada yada yada. I did order the code green. Okay, and then Jonathan's like, I could never be scared of my family, and And he's like, well, you haven't seen the things I have. Jonathan's like, yeah, but in the end, it wouldn't matter. I'd still trust my family, and you'd still be a coward. Which
this was
wow.
Sam was over the rakes this week.
He really did. I just have to say again, as a long time fan of and reader of the comics and everything, like Jonathan, like Jonathan Kent II calling Sam Lane a coward is
that's something I could hear Jonathan Kent the first saying to Sam Lane.
Yeah, yes, but not something I could ever hear Clark saying to him. Like it's the kind of thing where like you always want to say it, but you can't. It's not your place. It's not respectful. Like but it's satisfying when someone else can step in and say it for you. It's that kind of a thing where it's like Jonathan, in a way, can get away with it because his grandfather's always gonna forgive him. But like if Clark did, it would not be cool. It wouldn't fly.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and this again was another scene that I saw in the trailer, and I thought, oh, so this is when Sam wins Jonathan over. And
that's
like,
what I thought too.
We're more alike than you think, you and I, or yada yada yada. But no, it didn't quite go that way. And I did see a comment on Twitter as I was doing the live tweet, and just to kind of like remind you, like this is the Jonathan that has seen that video of his father evil killing his mother.
That's right. Yeah.
He's seen this and
hasn't shared it with anybody.
Right. And here he is like still kind of defending it. Like, it's very interesting.
Well, it also was a very remembering that I didn't honestly think about it right there, Robin, but I'm with you, but I did think about it in a scene coming up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Obviously you said a minute ago, the guns.
Yeah.
Like that was when he
Clark's guns.
The reveal. No, the other guns. Oh. The solar guns. When he revealed that he had kept them, I was like, to have that on him and know the knowledge that only he has, other than Irons, it's just
I know.
I love Jonathan so much.
Is he shaming Grandpa, but also like going, oh, I've got my own stash and.
I mean, you're right, Grandpa. We aren't so different, you and I.
Yeah. All right, back at the talent show now. Emily's daughter Avery sings, but strangely, Emily gets we hear the whoop, 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 whoop. No, it's not a.
Was that Curly or Curly Joe?
Okay, gonna do that edit when this episode's over now. Gonna have to make that video, I believe.
Just time it so you hear the whoop, 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 and then it says, "Hey Mo," and then Superman turns his head.
Guy, I don't judge.
But yeah, Emily's getting the call and walks out, and Lana and Sarah know, like, what is that's weird. Kyle's like, I'm gonna go see what's wrong, and I expected him to get, put down, really beat up. But no. Meanwhile, Leslie's like, hey, I saw the news. Superman didn't, had a hard time with that bank heist. And he's like, yeah, I that's why I activated a couple of my subjects, and not to take down Superman, but to take down the one he protects. And then Leslie's like, I always love, she's not as, over about it as that, but I do love a nice smirk from Leslie.
I do.
Back to the fortress.
I love to hate her so much.
Yes.
The pain's finally done for Jordan. He collapses crying in Clark's arms. Oh, there's more on that a little bit later. We just have to kind of buy that Clark's indisposed with Jordan while other things are going on.
Yeah.
Sam's waiting in the truck. Says he hasn't tested the prototype
You
yet.
might even say they're on ice.
Oof.
The ice is going to break.
Walking? Really?
I don't know. He brought the ice into it. What was I supposed to go with Schwarzenegger?
Ice to me.
And yeah, this is a creepy shot where like Sam's sitting in the truck and all of a sudden we see two silhouettes kind of walk up to the porch. It's like,
And what a long walk it takes.
yeah, we get a whole scene with Jeff.
Full 2 minutes before there's a knock at the door.
Seriously.
Yes.
They had to go over their notes. Okay, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So yeah, Lana kind of calls, not really warning, but saying, Emily left. Really weird. And then knock at the door. Jonathan goes and answers. And to me, I was kind of like, Lois, like, who do you think is knocking at the door? What are you doing? But she lets Jonathan answer it. And it's Emily Fan and the stuntman, who, that kitchen's going to need some repairs.
Jeez.
All the way into the other room.
I'm also going to be mad if we see those two characters again next week and they're not sick themselves.
Yeah.
At least
they wouldn't do that.
At least do it right if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent.
But yeah, if you notice that the heat vision like rips through the wall and into the other room, that like they really mess up the house.
It cut the wall in half. Yeah.
I'll give them one thing: heat vision is powerful on this show.
Yeah.
Powerful
and red.
Thank God.
Emily grabs the ELT, not this time, and they're both about to finish off Lois and Jonathan, but then Crypto Smoke bursts into the kitchen and
Sam, did you not learn anything? Oh, find that in the house.
You brought it to the house.
It's in the house? Okay, so he's on the phone in the car talking to somebody, and he looks over at the suitcase, and he's like, nope, haven't had time to try that. I was like, what? Well, what's that? What?
Yeah.
You had the gun, the canister gun, too?
He was talking to his daughter and his grandson, apologizing, knowing full well there was a gun of the stuff in the car.
I don't blame him too much because Clark did tell him at the end of the last episode Irons might be right, that Edge is building an army.
I guess, but he brought it to the house, Derek.
Well, he brought it in the car. He didn't bring it in the house. Well, he did ultimately bring it
Ultimately. But, I mean, he brought it to the house. Just in case.
It is in the car.
And he does say, I wasn't sure what he was talking, because he says, oh, I haven't tested the prototype. I didn't think anybody'd be too willing right now. I almost thought like he had some sort of, experimental cure for
extraction for.
Yeah.
Or something.
I thought he would have an antidote.
No, just another gun.
Yeah, but why would he say that? Like, yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Clark will let me try it on him.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Who?
So Jonathan rushes his mom to the barn while Grandpa keeps the two crypto clones busy, and pulls out one of John Henry Irons' rifles from under the floorboards. And I swear, Lois be like, how many floorboards in this barn open up to hidden things?
Well, I wondered when he said we need to get to the barn. My mind didn't go to the guns. For some reason, my mind went to the ship.
Oh,
I expected.
I thought he thought he was going to use the ship. I thought he was going to use the ship for something.
Yeah, I thought the ship will protect. I don't know why I thought that, because there's been no indication of that whatsoever. But I didn't know what. I mean, I thought it was getting the car, but obviously they're Kryptonian. They're half Kryptonian. Whatever they are, they could catch up with him.
The ship is the one thing we always know is in the barn. That's why,
right.
Our minds go there.
Yeah, and the router.
Well, obviously.
Kill the Wi-Fi.
Hey, going back to that other show, that's where the dial-up connection was.
Yeah.
A lot of steel pipes hanging for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, suddenly Kyle shows up, and my brain immediately was just like, show they're gonna make it like Kyle followed Emily all the way there. Like, come on. I was so dumb.
No. So at first I thought the guy walking up the staircase was Kyle. I didn't think it was Baldy. No offense, Frank.
Hey.
pull the splinter out of the log out of my eye before I get the splinter out of yours.
Nice.
No, I thought that was Kyle and Emily coming up the steps at first, so I was surprised when he walked in that it wasn't Kyle, and then obviously was not surprised when Kyle showed up in the barn.
Right. So yeah. Meanwhile, Sam gets taken out by Emily, and the stuntman really wants to kill him, but Emily says targets first. So we go to the fortress real quick, and we just unfortunately it's right in the middle of all the action, but this is a sweet scene. Like, Jordan's like, I know what kryptonite feels like now, and then it just kind of stops Clark in his tracks, and he kind of breaks down and apologizes.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard thing to watch.
It was
when he had to gather his thoughts, and that was. I mean, Jonathan Kent never knew. Jonathan Kent never knew what it was like to be Clark. Never knew the things that Clark had to go through and had to face. But he was always there for him, and Clark knows. And to see his son subjected to the same thing, to see Jordan subjected to the same thing that Clark has been. That's a CT, not a KT. Is just that was a heavy moment.
Yeah. And then very sweetly Jordan says that Clark says, you didn't ask for this, and Jordan's like, I didn't, and neither did you. So it's like kind of the same thing. But then suddenly they both hear the ELT, and I swear the both of them took off together. We're so close to that the two of them flying together, but kind of Clark grabs him and they take off. Mm-hmm. So back at the barn,
that's what I do whenever I hear about a BLT.
Oh,
dinner? Okay.
I can eat.
We going to Victoria Mays after this?
Nice.
Kyle is nicely asking Jonathan for the gun. Hey, give me the gun, Jonathan. But then Emily and the stuntman zoom in, and Jonathan blasts them both. Go, Jonathan. But then Kyle's like, oh, you're pretty good with that gun. And then heat visions the rifle out of his hand.
I'm better.
Ah!
Yeah.
And then grabs them both by the neck.
So, I texted you both the other day and said that, or did I just text you, Robin? I can't remember. And said if we're having Kryptonians inhabit people, I would have thought if they were going the General Zod route that's what they would have done. Given the rift between Kyle and the Kents, to make him someone that would really have a rift between him and Clark.
Sure.
So I don't know. We didn't really. He still kind of seemed like Kyle versus the other ones. Didn't Emily and them doesn't seem like themselves. That still seemed like Kyle to me. In control of the moment, and obviously later he says he doesn't know what happened.
Right.
But that was it. It was a surprise, but only that it happened as soon as it did. I think was a surprise for me.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Those red eyes look scary. I mean, Kyle is looking pretty freaky.
They were like, really, like, to be clear, this is heat vision coming from Kyle.
I mean, usually an alcoholic's pretty yellow-eyed, but we're going to give you full on.
To be clear.
Yeah.
Evil. And then, and he says that he wants, Morgan told him that he wanted Lois to suffer before dying. So it sounds like he's about to kill. Yeah, he turns to Jonathan, and that's when his eyes turn red. That's super scary. But then Superman flies in and just knocks him right out of there. And then Superman comes back into the barn, turns around, and everybody's gone.
They're gone.
Oh, okay, sure.
So that's what that feels like.
The other two are gonna go have a cold for a little while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is So it reminds me of the post crypto Colossus fight at the hotel. Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
What? And the machine didn't going, but did he go back for the machine? Oh, the machine was gone.
Yeah, all of it.
I just seems very shortcutty.
Yeah.
All right. So we have the aftermath. Sam is there. All his men are there processing the Kent farm. And we have a bag of frozen peas and a little talk between Dad and his little girl, his only little girl, right?
Evidently.
Yeah. Of all the things for Crisis to tide Pin away, I wasn't expecting Lucy Lane. Oh, you get an extra son, but we're going to take a daughter. We're going to take a sister away from the
Yikes! Yeah,
girls. I thought this was nice, and I'm really kind of. I was like, oh man, they're going to let this, because I don't think Lois is. Sam thinks that Lois is like, oh, still when this is all over, you need to leave. I think this is a definite makeup between them.
Yeah.
And couldn't let them hurt my grandson.
The stakes are higher than they were a couple hours ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're only gonna be stronger together, El Mayara, than apart.
We can live together or die alone.
Yeah.
Or live long enough to see yourself become.
You only live twice, really. But yeah, I do love that Sam just, obviously this is not going to patch everything up for their entire relationship, but he does. It's like everything you said was true. I wasn't there to protect you like a parent should. And Lois is like, oh, you were tonight. So he says that Lois, the boys, Clark, Smallville, that's my priority now. He's staying. So the military is moving in. We'll kind of see that in the trailer, but I don't want to spoil anything. And Lois says the war that Irons predicted is about to happen. Might be happening.
So we're just cool with him bringing more kryptonite gas into the house.
Fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I see Sam stumbling out of the Kent home as Superman walks out, and he's this crypto smoke flowing behind me. Do not go in there. Woo! Woo!
You're gonna need to stay in the barn for a few nights.
The boys have a chat up in their room.
We got Surf Pro coming in. We'll take care of it.
And this is when Jordan actually calls the weapons. He says weapons that Jonathan has and calls them solar weapons. So we didn't hear this name at all. But what is that even? Like, they're solar powered. They have the power of the sun.
They're red. I took it as they're red sun weapons.
That's how I took it too, but that's not what they looked like.
They were red, weren't they?
Kyle knows all about red solar weapons. He doesn't call them weapons; he calls them sustenance.
Wow, made a red solo reference.
Anyway, so yeah, this is another thing that they kind of just dropped. They're like, "Oh yeah, solar weapons." Like, Jonathan didn't open up the cupboard in the RV and skates in and say, solar weapons, all in front of you, Captain Luther. And then, we get a little description about what ice breath is. And it's like having a piece of wintergreen gum in your mouth at all times. Do you guys think that would be awesome or get annoying after a while? I
kind of think that'd be awesome, to be honest.
Yeah.
We'll find out when he kisses Sarah. 5 gum.
And they're like, well, what are we going to tell Sarah? I mean, the soldiers are now looking for Emily and Kyle, so they got to say something to her. And they try texting Sarah, but of course she ignores it because she's mad at Jordan. And that's when Kyle comes in and basically after Sarah's sent away, after Sarah's like, "Are you drunk?" He swears he's not drinking. He says something happened to me. I was at the performance. I blacked out. I woke up in a field outside of town with hurt ribs. So did Superman knock him clear across the
Knock the wind out of him.
And it's like they're gone because I knocked him into Granville.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes the point of not being fully, what
Human.
he's going to be.
Yeah.
And then that's the other thing. I mean, it's like is Kyle going to turn completely, or is it going to get to? Is there an undo button on that machine?
Right.
Yeah.
And we find out at the beginning of the episode it does take a couple days for full assimilation. So, and then we see the flashback, and the smiling Morgan Edge is greeting Kyle.
Oh, it was Kyle. That's
Kyle the whole time.
So.
And he didn't think it was weird that he was in a machine being cooked from the inside out. That didn't come up at any point. Okay, fine.
Could you barbecue with this thing?
He was used to, he's used to high temps.
Yeah.
Man, I could really grill on this.
Yeah. So I, for a while, was nursing the theory that perhaps Beppo is one of the crypto ghosted people.
I mean, after Rossetti, I think all bets were off. I think that was the moment you were like, I don't know who is at this point.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I haven't seen anything that would really say otherwise.
Yeah.
It's always possible.
It really does. I mean, unless Morgan Edge really wants Clark and Lois to put it together. This phone call where she's like, I went through all the background info we did with the process, went through and found this Irma Sayers and David Fugelstad, who are Leslie Larr and Crypto Colossus.
And the biggest twist of the episode, Leslie's real name being Irma. That
Irma
was the biggest shock of the
yeah.
whole thing. And we all know that Beppo's not Kryptonian. Beppo's going to end up being Lois. I mean, that's how these things work.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. She's meant to be with Clark.
Totally. Destiny.
Clark.
Soulmate.
I'm going to empty my wallet into the jar tonight.
Yeah, I didn't Google this, but I'm looking at it now. It seems like there's an Irma Sayers in comics, but I'm not quite seeing. I'm sorry. I'm researching on the fly.
I'm not familiar.
Superboy,
Oh my God.
number 15, 1951. One of the characters in the comic book is Irma Sayers, who show up is one of Clark Kent's old classmates.
That is a deep cut.
Deep cut. She is a Smallville resident because, as you said, and we find out,
They're
it's
both
only working on Smallville residents.
right.
I thought it was interesting, odd even, that Clark didn't know either of those names, didn't know either of those people. Like, it seems like it's a pretty small town and everyone knows everybody. Everyone certainly seems to know the Kents.
They were younger.
That's what I was thinking. They're younger.
Was
I
younger.
That's all I could figure is that they graduated a different year, but still.
She was a freshman when you were a senior. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know any of the.
Well, he left. I don't know when he left Martha on the bench. He seemed pretty young, but
yeah. Those two were like
on the bench.
5. So yeah, Lois and Clark work together on putting the pieces together. Derek Powell was from New Carthage. Rena Rossetti, Metropolis. We look at the yearbook. Clark's got the yearbook out. It looks like David and Irma's, cute little kid pics. And I just wanted to note, I always look up the names. That's why I was surprised I didn't look up Irma Sayers. But in the yearbook, there are some cute kid pictures of a Katie Johnston. So Katie Johnston works at the art department, coordinator. Slade Young, he was on the sign-up sheet for the talent show last week. Here he is again in the yearbook. He's the prop master, so he's going to look for that name, Slade Young. I think it's going to – and honestly, the picture they had for Slade, I swear that's Slade's actual picture because full-grown Slade looks like a little bit of a grown-up of that young kid. Jessica Fish is another name in there. Art direction, Beatrix Schalk, art department. Joseph Nimpton, art department buyer, and then Brock Smith, which is not somebody that works in Superman and Lois, but that's the name of a purple strong guy DC villain whose villain name is Blockbuster. And trust me when I tell you this, Blockbuster is the villain. So anyway,
return your tapes, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Be kind, rewind.
No late fees. No, you're going to own that DVD and you're going to keep it. And thank you for the $50. All right. So Lois is, they're processing like, what did Derek say? Like, he said he was already dead and his powers were fritzing. But David and Leslie's powers. Oh, okay. So Clark kind of goes, okay, when I landed here, there were meteor showers all over the world for an entire week. And
that made me very happy.
That made me very happy.
So cool.
A couple of reasons.
It wasn't just Kansas. It wasn't just. Obviously, we knew it wasn't just Smallville, or we figured. But like you said at the top of the episode, we were expecting the whole thing was he was mining for kryptonite and found that. They had the trajectory, was down to Smallville, and that's where they found it. But it was the people.
It's people.
It was the people.
People. And they mentioned Tag, though. I wouldn't necessarily consider Tag as a successful.
Yeah, he was.
Obviously, he didn't go in the machine, but that he was still glitching a good bit.
Yeah,
right. It may be Tags that wasn't born in Smallville. Maybe
they say he was. They call him by name in this little segment right here.
They do, yeah.
And I was like,
okay?
But obviously, he didn't get it the same way the rest of them did. His powers came as a result of the explosion from the X-Kryptonite and Jordan's heat vision. So
right, but his body could sustain it. His body could sustain it because he was exposed to it for long.
He still hasn't died from it, obviously, the way Powell and others have.
Right.
Right. Okay. So he's just this weird variant and all this. And I think it's very strange they threw him in the mix of all this because it makes it a little bit confusing because his powers were definitely acting like they were on the fritz. He looked like he was in the same kind of condition Derek Powell was in. So that doesn't make much sense to me, but I don't know.
You've got it right here, too. So the only place in the world that has X-Kryptonite is the only place who has people who've been exposed to it long enough to accept its effects, like Dag Harris.
Right.
It's not Smallville that Edge needs to build his army.
It's people! And then Charlton Heston goes
It's
running.
made out of people!
And then Clark hears the call of Lois's ELT.
I always hear the call of a BLT.
Or a McBLT.
And flies out to these desert mountains.
That's Mars.
That's Mars?
Mars.
And there we have Morgan Edge standing there in full black Kryptonian garb. And I'm not one that knows a lot about the shields and the symbols. Is that a house crest of any sort that we know of?
They change every time. Results may vary based on your show.
This is true.
Okay.
This is true. But for the record, that glyph has not been seen anywhere.
Okay.
Not in live action, at least.
So Edge,
I don't recognize it. I mean, it looks It looks like an S, but it's an alteration.
It's certainly not been seen in live action. If it's been seen in animation or something else, I don't know. But certainly not.
It's not Snyder. It's not Sci-Fi's Krypton. It's not Smallville, Donnerverse, anything like that.
None of the above.
Or previously on the Arrowverse.
Mm-hmm.
So Superman tells Edge he's going to stop what he's doing. Edge is like, Lois said that too. You can't make it happen any more than she can. So he flies full speed of Edge, and Edge backhands him away and then says, did you think I'd be giving people powers without having them myself? You see, I got mine the same time you did, Kal-El, when I arrived on this planet. And then he floats in the air and he says, I think it's time you learn the truth about who I am and where I'm really from, brother.
Mother puss bucket. All right. Let's discuss.
Yes, we're here.
So, I think the general consensus people have kept thinking this entire time. Okay, what episode was it where Lois makes a crack about his accent? Was it like 2, 3? He talks about
back there
having
somewhere.
an English accent or something.
It's when he comes to Smallville and he's checking out the mines for the first time.
That when it was. So obviously that happened. We've discussed this before. Morgan Edge has already been a character. And was it Supergirl season 3? Frank, was he the big bad of season 3?
Morgan Edge, that's when we had Nathan Petrelli.
Adrian
Pastar.
Pastar, yeah.
Pastar played him, and obviously he did not have an accent in that iteration. So I think a lot of people have just assumed, well, this is General Zod, and Edge is just possessed by General Zod. Gee, I feel like I remember a time when General Zod possessed another billionaire on a blur.
Like in real life?
Yes.
Oh.
Elon Musk. So I think a lot of people have just assumed, oh, it's General Zod. I feel like that's pretty lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not only has Edge been on the show previously, whether Crisis is the big mystery box in all of this. What is Crisis affected? What is Crisis not affected? I feel like Zod is low-hanging fruit because also Zod has been used on the show. Now, when we saw Zod, it was a vision. I don't know. The Clark was drugged by Silver Kryptonite. Was it not? Was it not Silver K?
Yes.
You're gonna have to help me here because I really don't remember. He was drugged by Silver K by the Daxamites.
Yes.
By Terry Hatcher to think that Supergirl Kara was his greatest enemy.
Right. Yes.
Now I have even greater problem with that because General Zod to me is not Clark Kent's greatest enemy, or Superman's greatest enemy. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. So
it's Mxyzptlk.
We saw, of course, it's Parasite. So we saw Superman fight, quote unquote, General Zod when he was really fighting Supergirl in that episode in season 2. Yeah. Finale of season 2. End of penultimate, opening of finale of season 2. But that gives credence to the fact that he has already fought General Zod.
Right.
The events of Superman the movie and the events of Superman 2 have transpired loosely within the Arrowverse up until that point. We know about the missiles and Lex Luthor and all that stuff, even though Derek's memory can't quite remember it perfectly. But that stuff has happened. He's faced General Zod before. General Zod has been on Earth.
That is all pre-Crisis, I just want to point out.
It is pre-Crisis. I get that. But if we keep picking and choosing what Crisis did and didn't.
I know. I'm with you.
Below a gasket. So I don't think this is General Zod possessing Edge. I don't think this is Edge. I don't think anybody's possessing Edge. And that gets into a whole nother can of worms of what has already previously transpired on these shows with there already being a Morgan Edge. I think that he is through and through Kryptonian whenever he landed here and assumed the persona of Morgan Edge or what have you. I don't know. But I think this is Hell. I think this is Clark's adopted brother.
I'm sorry, did you say Hell?
Hell, H-E-L.
Apostrophe EL.
Apostrophe. Well, yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
So let me
Let me
tell you.
I don't.
And really, with the
7734. Wait a second.
7734 upside down. I feel like this all plays into this. I feel like
whoa.
So Jor-El had an assistant on Krypton, and the reason I think
Teschmacher.
is because found it. So I really the shows have tried to use a lot of New 52 and Rebirth stuff versus going back to older stuff that we're more familiar with. And really, I mean, we just did General Zod again on Krypton, and I'm sorry, you ain't gonna top that. That to me, Colin's performance is as good as Terrence Stamp's, and that was, if you didn't watch Krypton on Sci-Fi, you missed out, folks.
What was Colin's last name again?
Salmon. So, so that portrayal of Zod, and also that twist of him actually being Jor-El's brother, was just
spoilers.
phenomenal. Yeah, well, the show's been off the air for forever, but that was just you can't get better Zod than what you got in that. So I really think this has got to be a different direction, and obviously they're not going to do. This isn't Jor-El. This isn't Zor.
No.
And it's going to have to be something with some weight behind it, and Hell is something that came out of most recent years of comics, and that's what they've kind of done on Flash and stuff a lot recently, is pull more recent storylines in, like they did on Supergirl with girl from Krypton and the witches. What was her? Rain. Yeah, she was kind of more recent. They pulled from that. Hell was kind of around that same time period.
That's right. Yes.
Dude. So, but Jor-El had like a lab assistant. He got him. The first rocket prototype was for Hell. And I don't know if his name is Hell. I don't know. I always just called him Hell.
That was definitely the intention for
yeah.
That's Hell.
Yeah, that's just what I always referred to him as, was Hell. So that's where my mind went, because I think Zod is too low hanging fruit, and frankly, a little too lazy at this point. The other thing you get into here is what is the term brother. He calls him brother. Now, put a penny in the jar for Callum Blue. He kept calling, that Zod, Smallville season 9, referred to Clark as his brother.
And again, the Jug Band also had a song called Brothers. So anyway, just go ahead. Sorry.
Put all those pennies in a sock and hit him. So my first initial reaction is it brother? Is it, not that brother has a capital B. Is it little b or big B?
Yeah.
But they refer to Hell as Kal-El's adopted brother in those storylines. And I just kind of wonder if that's where we're going with this. If they're trying to do... Because that's never been done before in live action. He's older, as Hell was. And he obviously knows a lot about Cal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's something different, something that sets it apart, but also kind of drudges its own path, trenches its own path in a way.
Something borrowed, something blue.
Yeah, Frank, what was your initial reaction at the end of the episode?
I just want to say up front that I think you're right with that. I think that Hell is the right answer. My first thought, my initial reaction though, seeing him in the black suit before we even saw the glyph, was okay. I thought about Zod, but my other thought was, is this Jax-Ur? Is this another Kryptonian villain? Are they going? They wouldn't go for Zod, but would they go for something a little?
Could
more
I do my joke?
Bench? Please,
Derek. I heard this show is anti-Jax-Ur, so they're not going to go there.
Wow.
All right. So sorry.
They just went to the fortress for a homeopathic remedy. But yeah, that's where my brain went initially. That was my first thought. Ultimately, I think you're onto something, Derek, with Hell, with 7734 connections, with their penchant for going with more recent storylines. I think that's probably the answer ultimately.
All right. Well, I did bring him. I kind of blew it a little bit by bringing the Emmett Otter connection in early, but
he's going to die on this hill.
If the River Bottom Nightmare Band did exist, would they be anti-Superman? No. I actually, I thought they're trying to make a sick at Zod, and boy, if it ends up being Zod, it's going to be very disappointing and very hard to explain.
I would be disappointed
in my internet, yeah.
Unless he was. I think the only redeeming factor there would have been if he was possessing Edge, and then they flash back to the original interaction between Superman and Zod, because we know flashbacks are coming. No spoilers there.
Yes, that's right.
We know, and so, but I still feel like I feel like that's the easy answer.
He pretty much told us that he's not inhabited by another Kryptonian, though. Like,
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
how I
a slim
felt.
chance. There's a slim chance that he meant like when my spirit got to this planet and I inhabited this human.
Yeah.
But really, he meant
When I landed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that he's been here for a while.
Yes.
Right. So I was trying to piece it together that perhaps maybe this is the version of Superman from John Henry Irons' reality that went through the breach and then somehow inhabited Morgan Edge. That's where I went, because I was like, how are we going to pull that in?
Robin, that makes perfect sense because Morgan Edge did have facial reconstruction surgery, so that does make sense that he would look different.
All the dollars. If you haven't watched 10 Years of Smallville,
listen to save me.
Listen, we got 2 Morgan Edges on that show. We get 2 Morgan Edges in this universe too. You know, that's something. And of course, I wasn't on last week, but watching him fight against Irons' ship and then seeing the breach coming and then just that was the end of it. I'm like,
yeah,
did he show up here? Is he here too?
I think he's around.
Did he pull a Davis Bloom and was along for the ride?
I'm assuming that whatever, if Edge ends up being hello. And Superman is kind of drawn to his side, a la Zod, in a way. It is to fight this evil Superman that got, that tagged along with John Henry Irons. And again,
tag is somebody else.
And again, I brought this question up last week. When did Irons arrive on Earth? How long has he been here?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this is all up in the air. Yeah. And
since Frank and I kind of said that, I was going to read just a little bit about Hell. He believed he was a space explorer working for Jor-El and Laura, who he loved dearly as if they were his own parents. But unbeknownst to him, he was actually an illegal clone of several Kryptonians that he was raised to believe he was naturally born. But he knew about Krypton's destruction because of Jor-El. Jor-El constructed a prototype spaceship to escape in and tasked him to protect Krypton's history and a knowledge among the stars. But basically, he wants to preserve Kryptonian legacy. And what better way to do that than implement Kryptonian DNA, souls, personas inside people?
Get yourself a world engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the Roddy Piper movie Hell Comes to Frogtown. And, obviously Frogtown Hollow is where the Jug Band had their talent show.
So we appreciate you joining us this week. We're going to stick around for spoilers.
Honestly, I was really worried for like a Michigan J Frog connection. So like I'm that's way better than what I was afraid of.
Well, there's Doc Bullfrog, who is the owner of the restaurant. Hello? Hello?
He's back.
Oh, okay.
He's good.
All right. Oh, Barbecue. That's a great song.
Like when they put you in the air fryer.
Yeah, it all ties together. Okay.
It all comes back. You've heard Michael Bailey's podcast, It All Comes Back to Superman. I'd like to introduce you to It All Comes Back to Emmett Otter's Chuck Banger.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think we're going to be talking about this quite a bit for the next few weeks.
Yeah, because I really wonder if we even get an answer until episode 11.
Yeah,
for no particular reason.
For no particular reason.
We'll be talking about that in spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers here in a minute, definitely.
Spoiler.
You can follow us on social media at Superman TV Talk. Live tweets with Robin with the East Coast every week. I can only assume episode 10 live tweets will be nothing but Emmett Otter GIFs. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Instagram is Starkville House of L, all one word. You can subscribe on your favorite podcatcher or rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Always head over to Krypton's site at Superman Lois TV. Craig Byrne does a great job getting all your news there. And miss anything? Come back for spoilers here at the end after that episode 9 trailer where we hear the term brother again.
Mm.
All right. What do you
That's
about
it.
to do? What's over there? What's your left hand doing, Frank? Yep. Go ahead. What were you gonna do?
Just saying that we're
Always
around.
I think our batteries died.
It has been so long since anything strange happened in this town.
I made people afraid, and I'm going to again.
Everyone out!
My brother chose humanity over us.
Humans don't deserve to lose their lives.
Whoo boy, a lot going on there. Military presence is very strong in the town of Smallville. We see Jordan and Sarah sitting in the diner for this episode, which is called "Oh Mother, Where Art Thou?"
Yeah.
So clearly, this is about Martha and the bench.
Where is she?
How close are we getting to Sarah finding out things? Because I feel like Sarah's going to find out Clark is Superman soon.
I kind of think you're
I
right.
really feel like that's going to happen. What's interesting, though, is there is so much military presence in town that people are just flying around.
Yeah, right.
Put the army there and barricades up. There's just flying around. We hear Lana say, it's been a long time since weird things happened in this town, clearly referring to her ex and his exploits at a younger age. We see
Obama set them to take our powers.
Oh my God!
We're flying around.
we see a Kent family roundtable, and Clark quickly darting out from that using super speed. We see Jordan and Sarah witnessing something in the streets of Smallville. A lot of the streets of Smallville in this episode. Oh, there's Jonathan too. Jonathan shows up. Well, they paid enough for that city, so then we see a figure in the shadows with light behind it, using heat vision. Has very wiry hair.
Who do you think that is?
I have no idea who that is. Is it Emmett Otter? Is it?
I was thinking it was Moki Fraggle.
Oh my God!
I like this podcast better when it was Billy Joel jokes. I just want to say
I made one earlier. Nobody did a thing, and we just kept going. So I didn't say anything else.
Yeah, that was pre Emmett Otter. I didn't know better.
Yeah. And then we catch back up to Superman and Edge. I guess we're going to keep calling him Edge at this point, who are no longer in the desert, but now are in a lush green area. So obviously they have chased each other. It's an epic game of tag between brothers.
So much fun.
And Edge again refers to him as brothers, saying that his brother chose humanity.
Maybe it's the Clockwork Orange reference, you know?
Yeah, this trailer kind of solidifies the whole is it brother? I don't know. To me, when he's saying my brother chose humanity over us, that's not if he was talking about him as a fellow Kryptonian, he'd say our brother.
Yes. Yes. Again, I keep going back to Cal and Blue season 9 usage of brother.
Yeah.
And the way he said it. And God, I love Cal and Blue.
I mean, unless Morgan is talking to maybe like Lois or something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam has clearly set up some sort of temporary base, I guess, in Smallville. And whoever they have taken into custody, whatever that has abilities, escapes. So that's going to happen. Whoever has heat vision, which shouldn't be too difficult anyway. Then there's some people running in the woods with shotguns. It looks like a scene out of Deliverance. I'm not really sure.
It's weird.
I don't recognize anybody
No.
in those shots whatsoever. There's 3 people holding shotguns and flashlights, and then an individual running away from them.
It's a little kid.
Okay, it's not the same person with the heat vision, I guess. Although the hair does look kind of similar. And
he's got like this sleeveless black tee, and it looks like something might be on it. I don't know, but I think what we're going to have next week is people are we're going to have maybe like a body snatcher situation, you know, and there's paranoia in Smallville, and I assume these people are just regular Smallville citizens, thinking that this kid is one of these possessed things and is just shooting at him, after him. He's running terrified.
I wonder if we're under martial law. I wonder if Smallville's locked down. Not necessarily quarantine, but I wonder if we're under some kind of military presence that nobody in or out. The last shot before getting back to Clark and Edge is Lois and Lana being choked, and I guess that's Kyle.
You think? I thought it was Morgan.
I don't think there's. I don't see any gray, any silver there. That looks like Kyle from the back to me.
Oh boy.
And Lana looks very upset. Lois looks like, we did this last time. So I kind of feel like that's probably Kyle taking back over.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
Oh, man. The episode description for this reads, Family! Lana reaches out to Lois and Clark when Kyle starts behaving strangely. Meanwhile, Jonathan opens up to Jordan, and lastly, Sarah storms out after accusing her mom of always covering for her dad. Okay. On a very special Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Does note that Captain Luther / Ranger Irons does return for this episode.
Yeah.
Interesting to see there. That will air next week on the CW. The episode was written by Adam Mallinger, who you might know as the Bitter Script Reader on Twitter. So who has been a writer's assistant and got to write this episode. So
very excited about that.
Yeah.
It looks like a big episode too.
There's
one more though.
Should we go ahead and read episode 11?
I really want to, yeah.
You really want to? That one sentence of episode 11?
One whole sentence.
Oh, so the title is...
The title is a sentence.
Yeah, the title's longer than the description.
A brief reminiscence in between cataclysmic events is a title that Derek's going to have a hard time remembering.
I'd be doing well to remember all of... I wonder if I could do all of them up to this point. Not tonight, but... Clark makes a startling discovery about Morgan Edge.
What? Didn't it
Did
happen?
that with another one?
And we're waiting another episode. This seems like we might find out the whole story in this episode.
Well, I do know that this episode is a flashback.
Okay.
We've seen set photos that he returns to the Fleischer costume in this episode. Actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, episodes 11 and 12 feature flashbacks.
Oh, nice.
We do know there's a phone booth in this episode, so I'm excited to see that. But I got to think we're going to be flashing back to just more than Superman's early days here. I think we're going to go back to Krypton as well. I would not be surprised one bit. Because the further we get out from that 6 years ago storyline, the more I think the average viewer is going to be like, wait, what? When those pods landed on Earth.
Yeah.
We've got to get back to that at some point and reveal what ended up bringing those things to Earth at the time that they did.
John Henry Irons.
I don't know.
Did he land 6 years ago?
What are your thoughts on that title, A Brief Reminiscence in Between Cataclysmic Events?
We're going to be flashbacking a lot in this episode, and it's going to be we're going to be on the bench between that and the main story.
And something big is going to happen in Oh Mother Where Art Thou? A cataclysmic event, perhaps.
Yeah. Definitely something coming down the pipeline for episodes 11 and 12. I don't think episode 12 title has been released yet.
I don't think we have it yet. But if 11 is between cataclysmic events, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but like I wonder if there's something big in 10 and 12 or 10 and after 12.
We're almost home stretch, boys. What are in 15 episodes?
Yeah.
We're getting
we're going to get a repeat following week
on June 29th.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be a cliffhanger there.
After episode 11 is a repeat?
Yes.
Yep. Holding the wrench.
We know that the finale. We know the finale is not until August.
Right.
Yep.
So we're gonna get at least one. We're gonna get at least one long hiatus here, or two little ones.
Yep, that's right. I would think that. Yeah.
Let the guessings begin. Yeah.
Here's a thought. July is the Olympics. They may not want to air it against the Olympics.
That's true.
They afraid he's going to blow out the torch?
That's it. Freeze sneeze it.
Okay, every Emmett Otter reference was worth it just to get to that right there. Just to get to a Superman 3.
One of the best scenes in Superman history.
Thank you for getting us there. Am I missing anything, guys?
I'm missing your face.
Wow, it's right here. There.
There it is.
Okay, I'm going to go back behind the microphone. All right.
Put your shirt back on.
Next time for episode 10, Oh Mother, Where Art Thou? And we'll be right here with you for the reveal, whatever happens or whatever the reveal is in episode 11. I kind of feel like it's the reveal is episode 10, but the episode 11 is dealing with the fallout from the reveal, and that's why, and we don't want to spoil anything. And since it's heavy flashback stuff anyway, just, I don't know. That's my initial reaction to that.
You know that thing where people are like, oh, you should show your kids Star Wars and then Empire, and then after Empire, show them the prequels and show them how Anakin got to where,
what is that? The jackhammer?
Machete order?
Machete order, yeah. Jackhammer.
This is that. This is... Here's the big reveal, and then we'll do the backstory of how he got there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the prequels.
All right, next time. Morgan Edge has returned. Good night, everybody.